So we're going to pick up where we left off after Final Cut crashed on me there. And I just want to show you a little bit about the formats and resolution because you will need to show evidence of this in your workbook to show your understanding of preparation of material. Now all of our clips are actually .movs, which are QuickTime files. It will be a good idea to follow my suggestion in the PowerPoint and go through some other types of file formats just to kind of discuss the benefits of each. QuickTime is compatible with Mac, and that is an issue because you need to make sure that certain files might be more compatible with a Windows machine compared to a Mac machine. Now, when you finish your project, this will be important when you render out your final product. So if you go back into here, File and Share, there's different ways in which we can share this particular video. Now, it's up to you what kind of quality output you want for your particular work. So you've got 720p, which was kind of standard high definition, but then you've got high definition here. But if I go on to master file there, so this is when you've finished your entire project, you'll get some information here. So you can see that it's in 1920 times 1080, 25 frames per second. We can see the length, we can see it's a QuickTime movie, we can also see the size, it's 11.4 gigabytes. If you go into settings, this is where you can get all the different formats here. So we're going to have video and audio, obviously, and also the video codec. So again, this is the coding inside that format. And depending on the codec that you choose will determine the size of your file. So I'll just demonstrate that now. If I click on here, let's go for this one here. Can you notice how that changed to yellow and it's actually gone up to 37.1 gig? Obviously, the more you compress a file, you will lose a little bit of quality. So it will depend on what's right for you. So let's try a different one. Let's try this one. And you can see it goes down to 16.8 gig, but that's still quite large. So if you're going to share that via social media, that will probably be too large to do that. But there's lots of different types that you can use here. So let's try this one. And that goes down to 11.4. It would be a good idea to screenshot these, maybe explain just briefly kind of the benefits or what would happen if you use that particular codec. One question for me is, would that make it compatible on a number of formats, first of all? The resolution here, again in that PowerPoint, I've given you more information about resolution, so 1080i, 1080p, and obviously 4K is where we're headed in the future. And down here we can see where we open it with as well. So obviously at the moment it's going to be a QuickTime format. All of this I would take some screenshots of as evidence of you preparing and showing understanding of formats and resolution of your project. You may need to do a little bit of research on these online and that will be quite useful. Sites which I've used, which I find quite useful, is the Final Cut support site. So here, this will show you how to view and sort clips into projects. And again, you may, if my tutorial didn't really explain it well enough, you might want to use these kind of sites to help find out how you would organise your clips in Final Cut. Remember, going back to the workbook, you need to think about why are these important? How are these elements going to impact on your final product? How will these help you by organising your clips, by creating bins, which is just another word for folder, by creating timelines, storage and folder management? How will that ensure the smooth progression of your production? And that is key for this part of the booklet. Once you've completed that and you've got enough evidence of all of these things, you then need to start your production diary, because this is where each lesson, when you complete some edit, so you might start importing your clips and start the actual edit, you will update your production diary on a regular basis, and this again provides evidence. So the evidence you need will be screenshots and also discussion about the decisions you've made in that day in relation to your edit decision list. Remember, a key part to this project is the mixture of audio, the voiceover and also the video, and you should use appropriate techniques which you would see in a promotional video. I'll show you more about different techniques and how to edit sound in future tutorials.